Welcome to your weekly UAS news update. This is the week of May 31st, 2021. This week we've got 4 or 5 topics, and the first one is going to be the FAA Symposium, which is next week. We're going to talk a little bit about the calendar, what to expect. Then we're going to talk about the Pentagon that cleared 2 DJI drones, which is kind of big news because, well, DJI has been on the hit list for the last couple years now, it feels like. We're going to talk about Kittyhawk that's getting a new name. We're going to talk about Autel that's getting a new CEO. And then lastly, we'll talk about a new partnership for Pilot Institute for us. So we're excited. Let's get to it. First thing this week is the FAA Symposium is next week, starting on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. This is going to be virtual, like last year. If you remember, if you've been following us for a while, I was there. I talked about what happened at the symposium. It was actually a really good symposium. I thought there was a lot of good information. This year, even better, because I'm going to be presenting. I'm going to be presenting with the FAA on a nighttime UAS operation on Wednesday, on the first day at 12:40 Eastern. That's 9:40 on the West Coast, where I'm going to be located. And then we have a lot of different topics, actually. There's going to be safety and operation over people. So they're going to be talking about operations over people, the hot new topic, obviously night operation, which is a hot new topic as well. Some information on recreational flying and TRUST. This year is different than last year. They actually have a section for a recreational pilot, which they didn't have in the past, which is a good addition, I think. Hopefully we get more information about this TRUST program that the FAA is supposed to be putting in place for the exam for recreational flyers. So more information on that when that happens. And then day 2, we're going to have public safety and disaster response with drones. Actually, I was excited to see that our friends Coitt and Adam Johnson from Austin Fire Department and from Travis EMT are going to be presenting on those days. So I'll be watching that. And then UAS and STEM. So those are kind of the big topics for these 2 days of symposium. If you're interested, I'm going to put a link down here. You can go and register. Now, I know the price is pretty expensive, and this is some feedback that we've provided to the FAA and AUVSI. Unfortunately, above my pay grade, not even close to my pay grade, but I wish that the symposiums were actually a little bit cheaper, a little bit more affordable for people, so that there would be more actually presence from regular people that fly drone for a living, not just people from corporations. So with that being said, let's move on to the next topic. And the second story this week is from the Pentagon. And the story is that there is a memo out there, an audit that was completed. And it looks like it's actually not official yet. We haven't seen a copy of it, but some sources have. And it looks like 2 DJI drones have been cleared by the government. And it says that they found no malicious code or intent, and that they are recommended for use by government entities and forces working with U.S. services. So that's kind of a quote from this report. The 2 drones are the Mavic Pro Enterprise and the Matrice 600 government edition. And the idea, we've talked about this in the past, and DJI has been on this hit list for several years now. And this is the first time that really we see something for the government that basically says that, well, there is no real threat, it looks like, from DJI, so these drones would be okay to be used. So it will be interesting to see if the Department of Justice changes the position that they had before, where they basically grounded the entire fleet. So we'll see what happens next. The next story is kind of an interesting one, came out of nowhere. Kittyhawk is getting a new name. Now, Kittyhawk is called Aloft. Now, if you have a cell phone like I do and you have Kittyhawk downloaded, well, it has a new name. So now it is called Aloft. The app has been updated. The interface actually remained exactly the same. Now, this morning when we were trying to go on their website, Aloft.ai, the website wasn't working, so we couldn't really get much more information. Not really sure the reasoning behind the name change, but it is what it is. So now we're going to have to get used to saying Aloft instead of saying Kittyhawk. I'm going to be saying Kittyhawk for a long time because I've been using them for a long time. The next story is Autel Robotics is getting a new CEO. His name is Randall Warnas, and he's not a nobody in the industry. Randall has a pretty good pedigree when it comes to the UAS industry. Most recently, he was the head of global industrial SUAS at FLIR, And before that, he was the enterprise sales manager for DJI. So he has been around. He has his main goal, based on interviews that I've seen, is to focus on transparency and data security. Autel is a Chinese company, and they have kind of an uphill battle, just like DJI does, to make sure that their drones are seen as high quality and secure with data. So this is one of the thing we just mentioned with DJI, getting sanctioned by the U.S. government. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. I'm hoping that we can get Randall on the Pixel show so we can discuss Autel and the future of Autel. He has said that he wants to show the world that Autel can build high quality drones and also build trust in the brand. So it'll be good. Quite frankly, from a user standpoint, I have an Autel drone. I do appreciate flying the drone. Competition is good. So any competition that we can have in this market, everybody is going to win. The next thing is Pilot Institute, us. We are in the news because we are partnering with Gresco. And Gresco is a nationwide company that provides, amongst other things, UAS services, including thermal imaging. They have inspection services, airspace security, aerial mapping. They also provide more advanced training. So we will be the partner of choice to provide Part 107 training for Gresco's employee and for Gresco's customers. So we're really excited about this. Excited to have a partnership with a large company like Gresco, and look forward to seeing where we go with this. This is it. A lot of information this week. The trust thing is kind of a big one. We have our airplane news update as well. We talk about a Citation crash in Tennessee that killed a few people, sadly, this week. We talk about an American airline aircraft that hits a light pole on a taxiway getting out of the gate. We talk about a new seat design that looks like a double-decker seat design for airlines that could actually, it looks kind of odd, but it would actually provide the passengers with a lot more room. And then we'll talk about Embraer that's getting into the urban air mobility business. So that's all I have. Make sure you like, subscribe, do what you guys do. Comment. We just hit 18,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please keep going until we get to at least 20,000, and then you can stop subscribing after that. No, just kidding. But leave your comments down there. Like, do everything. I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit off this week. I think I'm having some severe allergies with the spring weather and the spring stuff going on here in Arizona, and so I'm not 100% myself today. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.